He says he's been training for 20 years, but he hasn't changed. So he hasn't been training for 20 years. He's been spinning his wheels for 20 years. Started at 360, 12 weeks ago, he's down to 240 now.
Makes me happy. Why don't you wear lifting belts? Because I know for a fact that lifting heavy keeps your bone density healthy. So, and on top of that, we're doing pretty good with loading ourselves up with, joint support and taking our vitamins, and we're very smart about how we've been.
I think
doing
these guys are
nutrition.
doing the same thing, though. I think they're watching
I'm not saying
this,
they're not.
and they're taking
Yeah.
their vitamin C,
Yeah.
the immune products, the collagen, the proteins. They're eating correctly.
Guys,
You guys are doing that
I
stuff,
always
right?
say this. My dad has right now, as we speak, prostate issues because he just didn't take care of it ever. So he's monetizing everything. But guys, don't be stupid. Okay, get on the prostate supplement. Make sure you're healthy. I always say that. And then vitamin C, it's a must. If you don't take vitamin C, get off the page. Yep.
Right here.
I'm a small guy, around 150 pounds. My max is around 205. I've been lifting off and on for 20 years. I keep the same size and look, but I can't get any larger or stronger. What can I do?
Yeah, just jump on Power Bodybuilding right now. Just jump over there, get into the crew, and get
Again,
started.
he's not saying
Here's the one
anything
thing
about
that,
nutrition. That's important.
well, the one thing
Yeah.
he actually says a lot in this.
Mhm.
So, and this, don't take this the wrong way. This should be a good thing. He says he's been training for 20 years, but he hasn't changed. So he hasn't been training for 20 years. He's been spinning his wheels for 20 years. So that's what anybody, I don't want any of you to sit there. I don't want you to train 3 months and not get a
I was
benefit.
just saying, 2 weeks.
Yeah,
you're
it's like
changing.
every 2 weeks your body's changing and getting better. That's what you want to do. So, you're 20 years in. The one thing you didn't learn in those 20 years is to ask for help. You're not doing it right. So the one thing that I always get is somebody says to me to try to get that bridge between him and I. He goes, "Hey, I've been training for 45 years just like you." No, you haven't. And the reason I say that is not because he hasn't been going in the gym. It's just he hasn't been doing it correctly. And I don't want that for anybody. I want you guys to be doing this right. And I want you changing, especially if you're a young kid, but you've been training for 20 years at 150 pounds. I want to see some improvements. I want to see a lot of improvements. So the Titan crew, you can go over it right now and see 3 months, 3 months improvement on these guys, and you'll be blown away.
I'm going to say something. So Bryce is one of our Titans, said that he went to Gold's Gym the other morning to train just with the crew because usually doesn't train in the gym at Gold's. And he hasn't been there in almost 4 years. And he saw people there that he've seen like 4 or 5 years ago, and they look the same. Like no changes on
They're in
their
the no
body.
gains club.
Exactly.
You guys call that?
No
It's the
gains
no
club.
gains club.
So let me tell you, there's
Lifetime
so
membership.
many things what's happening here that they don't put on size or they don't see changes. Then the big thing is overtraining. Everybody's overtraining. They're in the gym for 2-3 hours, 6-7 days a week, and they looking for improvements. It's not gonna happen, guys.
For it.
I hate front squats, so now I'm doing front squats. Master the things you hate.
100%.
Find your weakness and beat the shit out of it.
Woo!
That's what I say.
You're just gonna get me blocked on Power Bodybuilding.
No way.
They're gonna remove me from there.
Why? The Rock always says F.
Does he?
The F word in every
yeah.
post.
No way.
Oh yeah, every
Hell
post.
yeah.
Does he?
Of
Yeah.
course.
He does it.
Yeah.
He's
So I know he's the
I didn't
Rock
know
and
that.
he can't get blocked, but still.
He probably owns a piece of
the
it.
the protein dogs, yeah, the Piemontese steak dogs are awesome. Once you have those, it's hard to get to any other hot dogs.
Well, you
That's
can't
true.
do. Yeah, the steak dogs is way
Yeah.
different than a hot dog. You eat a hot dog and it's nasty. You eat a steak dog,
Yeah, so
you never go back. Okay, go
so
for it.
somebody said here, if you're subscribed, how long people tend to see results? Well, if you do the Power Bodybuilding, that's a 9-week program. So every
Oh,
program,
you should see results in every
Yeah.
2 weeks.
so-
Every 2 weeks, you should see results.
and if you don't,
and that's
obviously-
just by
yeah.
following the program.
Yeah, that's just
That-
yeah.
That has nothing to do with your involvement in the Titan crew.
There you go. So yeah, so how long? Each program has a certain amount of length,
Yeah,
right?
but that's
So-
not what he's asking. He's wants. So this
He
is
wants
one of
the
the things
results.
that
He
This
wants
is
results.
the typical sales guy, I guess.
Always.
All right, if I do this, how long till I see something? You know, if you do it 100%, you're going to see results in the first 4 or 5 days. You'll get your check-ins every a couple of weeks. Make sure you're doing your check-ins with us. Just doing the plan by yourself, you're going to be so different within the first 2 weeks that you're going to be locked in. And then I can't imagine the changes you make in 12 weeks. We had a guy, what's our guy, Sean, that drives cars, and he dropped now. We got
Oh
him,
yeah, no, Anthony.
Anthony. He's down 110 pounds.
It's just mind blowing.
Started at 360.
This
12
guy's-
weeks ago, he's down to
that's what
240 now.
Makes me happy. Just to
And he's a
see the
50-year-old
result.
guy, and
Yeah.
he's like, I've never been
And
able
this
to do
guy
this.
is not active. He is a driver, so he sits down all day long because that's what he does for a living. He's a driver.
And then others is like you got Bryce, who trains 3 days a week, stays on plan, and looks better than most of the health and fitness influencers that you guys follow today.
Does any of your programs suit combat sports?
Yeah, Pro Secrets. That's basically what I was talking about. Like when I was competing in bodybuilding and martial arts, doing gladiators, that's how I put together Pro Secrets, and that was the plan. And just be smart. You be smart about your training. So understand that you're doing. Most guys that do martial arts don't weight lift correctly. So make sure you're just doing the weightlifting like I set it up on the program. Don't go away from that. And it's just going to help you. It's going to help you destroy the competition. So great question. Yeah, but see,
So you put
somebody
on
asked
some
earlier
good
and says,
mass.
hey, you've been training for 20 years. Justin's been with me
No.
for a good amount of time, but it hasn't been 20 years. It's been maybe a year, I think, where he's just like been locked solid on this stuff. And if you saw the pictures, I know the body weight says 127 to 153, but visually and strength wise, completely different guy. Completely different guy. And so that's one of the things in his strength levels. I'm curious to see what his strength level was a year ago and what it is going to be doing Pro Secrets, strength gains, or power bodybuilding.
So here we have somebody on the power bodybuilding. He's saying that talk about the test therapy. You know that well that it's all needed. So
If you guys want to bust up your testosterone and you know that you have low testosterone, then you can just grab our test booster.
well, everybody should be doing their blood work first of all to know where they're at, and then get on a good supplement.
Yeah.
Why don't you wear lifting belts
Oh, that's a good one.
on almost all your workouts? I mean,
So,
all the workouts. not
Yeah, I don't know why you said almost.
Yeah.
I don't wear a lifting belt and haven't in
None of us.
25, 30 years.
Yeah.
Why would you wear a lifting belt? What would be the point of wearing a support, any kind of support, when you're trying to get stronger, when you're trying to build the body? That makes no sense to me. So if you can let me know, because I can't figure out one reason why you should wear something that is going to help you lift more weight that your body can't handle without it. Then you're just setting yourself up to fail, get injured. Again, this goes back to the points that I try to talk to you guys about. Don't be so freaking one-dimensional. Somebody says a bench press gets you a big chest. No, it doesn't. Doing a bench press right gets you a big chest. So your concept of what you think, you got to wear a belt. Why? Because you might hurt your back doing squats. It's proven you can hurt your back doing squats with a belt. So stop that. You can hurt it with a belt, without a belt. The point is to strengthen your body. So don't be that shallow on this question. Go over another one. I like these. They're asking questions.
Best foods to eat for inflammation.
The first thing you got to do is find out what's making you inflamed. Are you on the right nutrition plan? Are you changing? Is your body getting better? I would always start with the food first before going to the supplementation. Because a lot of you people, you think that this is like certain foods that are just going to make it go away and stuff. Understand that your body gets inflamed just from exercising. And so there is some inflammation that you do want because your body's in repair mode. So I know that you guys, as you get older and older, you feel like that everything's always swollen up on you. So there's so much more into that I couldn't answer that for an individual. You would have to get on the nutrition plan, start the Titans diet, get onto the workout plan, and then we'd see what the body's working with.
Has any thoughts on overhead press for aesthetics? although I feel it's best for strength, I do feel it's great for overall deltoid shoulder development. Any thoughts on that?
I didn't know what OHP was, but Jeffrey just said it's overhead press. In my day, which is still today, it's called presses, shoulder press. Overhead presses. All exercises are great. All exercises are great.
All right.
I'm sorry, that was just, don't do abbreviations with me, guys. That's just,
With your knowledge, is there a max amount of grams of protein per meal that one should be consuming? Or it really all depends on the one's goals? How do we...
oh, it has nothing to do with one's goals.
Exactly.
It has nothing to do with one's goals. It has to do with how much your body utilizes the protein that you're eating and how big you are. So it's, for me, I'm not going to give you one of those cliche answers. Well, what you want to do is you want to take in 2 grams per pound of body mass to put on size and stuff. I have no idea what you're working off of now, and it's always what your body works off. Regardless of what somebody tells you, it's what your body's working off of now, and then you try to build it up. Most people will just say, hey, jump to this.
No, it's 1 gram per body weight.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's a good starting point, you know, just to do your body weight and protein. If you're 250, taking 250. It's a good starting point, and then we'll work off of that. But again, we just got to see how your body utilizes the food that you're eating. I was just talking to a guy that's 265 pounds, always on the move, and he feels like his body isn't utilizing it. Now, if you looked at him, you go, holy shnikes, this guy uses everything. But it wasn't. So
Somebody wants to know why you always wear long sleeves.
I always wear long sleeves because I do not show the art piece.
There. And
I am
God,
not. I don't believe in you're creating an art piece. You don't go around showing it off.
you heartless
you
him,
keep
Mike,
it-
if he does a video.
I'm the guy that's
or
always working on the
photographs.
car. So you see guys that work on cars, they're under it, they're getting oily, they're getting dirty, they keep covered up. That's me. I'm
Mhm.
not a new age showy kind of guy. And also it's like it's my art piece. And so it's my craft, and so I don't want to show it unless there's a point to it and there's a reason why I'm doing it for that time, and it's then my decision to do it.
Is it possible to get a tricep injury during a heavy deadlift?
Bicep.
Tricep injury during
Bicep.
a heavy.
A lot of guys have got
Okay.
biceps. It's a pull exercise, and so your biceps torque. Your triceps should be somewhat in a relaxed position, so it's very rarely. But again, I've seen guys hurt stuff I never thought they would on an exercise. So of course, you can hurt yourself doing anything.
Mm-hmm.